the Honda HRX217HZA, my new lawnmower. You're just in time to watch me open this box up, put this thing to work. So stick around, and after the intro, we're going to get into this. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the shop and No Redemption Outdoors. And I appreciate you stopping by and coming by to give me a hand with the chores today. So I'm going to ask you to help me out, and we're going to get this box open, get this lawnmower put together, and get this lawn cut before my neighbors have me brought up on charges. So yeah, today we're getting into this new Honda mower, the HRX217HZA. This mower has all the bells and whistles. Now Honda's HRX series has, I think, 3 or 4 different models, with each one having different set of features, but they all have the same engine. And I have to talk about this engine because it's the thing that really caused me to buy this mower. I talked to a lot of people and they directed me towards this. Not one person said anything bad. So let me just read what Honda has to say about this this engine. Honda has introduced the all-new model GCV 200 gasoline engine to its GC series. Designed primarily for premium residential power equipment applications, such as the newly redesigned Honda HRX series lawnmowers, the GCV 200 delivers more power and more torque, 10% more as compared to the model GCV 190 engine that it replaces. The new GCV 200 engine is a single-cylinder, air-cooled, 4-stroke overhead valve design with a total displacement of 201 cc's. The engine produces a rated output of 3.8 horsepower at 2,500 RPM and 9.4 foot-pounds of torque at 2,500 RPM. Now for me, those are a lot of numbers, and I don't know that it means a whole lot. What speaks to me is when people tell me that they can take this mower through the thickest and deepest grass without it even breaking a sweat. It doesn't even miss a beat. Now my old lawnmower, when I would go through thick grass, it would bog down. Very often it would stall. And that can be very frustrating. And then the grass clippings left behind were just clumps, and it was just a real displeasure. So when I hear all of the great things said about this mower, I have high hopes. So let's get into this box. I'm going to go ahead and get it open, and we're going to get it assembled. We'll put it through its paces, and then I'll give you a general overview when it's done. Stand by and let me get this thing out of the box, and we'll pick up from there. All right, fellas, I got it out of the box now, and this is basically how it came out of the box. The only thing I did was take off some of the packaging for shipping. But that's it. And so by all accounts, it looks to me like it's pretty much fully assembled. All we have to do is flip up this handle, which latches to these spring-loaded knobs here. And boy, I'll tell you what, I think that's it. I think that's it for the assembly. That's awesome, because I'm not one that likes to do assembly. So let's do a quick rundown on the features on this. We haven't really gotten into that. So I'll go one by one. First off, it has hydrostatic, what they call hydrostatic cruise control. Hydrostatic cruise control allows you to set your speed, and then as you're mowing, you can vary it by this lever, and so it will maintain the pace at whatever speed you're walking. Now, as I mentioned, this also has an electric start, and it's self-charging, so I presume that means there's some kind of a charging system on the engine that maintains the battery, which seems totally logical to me. Also, it has Roto Stop. Now, this is a very, very convenient feature, because if you're going along and there's a stick in the way, or maybe some garbage, or you need to walk away from the mower, you can do that. It will continue to run, but the blade will stop. It locks the blade and then when you come back, you can re-engage the blade, but you don't have to stop and restart the mower, which is really nice. The deck, I want to talk about this deck. It's made of something called Nexite. I think it's some kind of very, very hard plastic. Extremely durable, doesn't scratch, doesn't dent, of course doesn't rust. It'll last pretty much forever, which is appropriate because this engine, I'm told, will last forever as well. So as long as you change the oil, maybe resharpen the blades on a regular basis, keep it clean, I think this thing will last me the rest of my life. It'll go and go and go, and I'll probably hand it down to my heirs. Alright, also, it has the 4-in-1, what they call the 4-in-1 Versamo system with clip director. And what that is there's a knob here that allows you to adjust the opening of the chute. And so when you want to have the bag on, of course you set this to fully open and it says bag. And I'm going to get a camera on all this, by the way. I'm just giving you an overview. But you can set the chute to be fully open with the bag attached, or you can set the chute to be fully closed, and then it's going to be mulching, and then there are settings in between, so you can vary that. Now when you're mulching, it has a twin blade, what they call the twin blade micro cut system, and I don't know the particulars, but again, it's supposed to cut the grass clippings up into even finer particles. Let's see, what else are we missing? Microcut, we talked about the Roto Stop, the hydrostatic cruise control. I think that's pretty much everything. I'm going to go ahead and get the oil in it. We're going to get out in the yard. I'll turn the camera back on and we'll get this thing started and see how it does. Stand by. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to go ahead and put the oil in. It came with the Honda Power Equipment 10W30 oil, and so we're going to go ahead and fill her up. Let's do a really quick check. All right, so you can see that. Spin it in there, spin it back out. Let's see what we got here. All right. Well, I want to say that's pretty good. All right, so 1 minute, I'm going to walk over and we'll get this mower started, and we'll see how she does in the yard. Okay, here we are. I put the oil in. Now I'm going to put a little bit of gasoline in. Get her started. There we go. I don't know, I think the tank's probably half a gallon. All right, now I got to set my blade height. And that's just done at these 4 corners. And right now it's set all the way down. So I'm going to go ahead and raise it up to 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, the third setting. So we'll go all the way around. 1, 2, 3. Third setting. This one's already set to 3, and this one's already set to 3. So I think we're ready to give her our first start, guys. Let's see how she goes. Are we ready? Nice. Nice. It's quiet. All right, the way this is supposed to work is that you're going to set the throttle first. This is slow. That's idle. That's full. Now this is your cruise control, and you set that where you would prefer your optimal pace to be, and then as you're walking and you're moving this bar, it is then pacing. So let's give it a go. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to go ahead and set set this halfway just to see how it is. Put the engine at full throttle, and I'm going to push forward the blade control, and here we go. All right, so we're we're not yet engaging the blade. Here we go. So you got to push the button before you push this control button. Now the blade is engaged. Let's engage the cruise control. Now I'm going to vary this just to get a feel for it. All right, now I'm not pushing on it at all. I'm going to turn around. All right, guys, so we've done a couple paths here just to get a feel for it. Let me show you what's going on with this Versamo. All right, so with this knob here, the 4-in-1 Versamo allows me to vary from the chute being fully open when I want to attach a bag to being fully closed when I want to mulch. And then I can set it anywhere in between. All right, so right now I have it in full mulch, and with the twin blades, the idea here is that it's mulching this up into the finest particles. So let's go ahead and cut some more. And I'm going to finish the whole lawn, and then I will talk to you as I'm going, and I'll give you my impressions at the end. All right, here we go on our first pass. Does a really nice job of mulching up. Now, I don't know if the camera shows it, but this grass is pretty thick. All right, so I am adjusting the speed of the cruise control as I'm walking, and this feels very comfortable. What we're going to do now is, this is a thicker area of grass, but it's also undulating ground. There's a little bit of a hill here, and so I can demonstrate the way that the self-propelled cruise control is very helpful on a hill. So I am not pushing at all. It's pulling itself up this small hill. I don't know if the camera really shows how much of a hill that is, but it walked itself up there. I think the grass is about, again, you can't really tell, but I think it's about 5 or 6 inches right now. So I'm cutting a couple inches off. All right, real quick here, after I made a couple passes, I'm just going to demonstrate how to attach the bag if you want to use it. And I'm going to try to do this with one hand, so bear with me. But basically, you just flip this up, and then you lay the bag in there as such, and you just lower that back down, and now you adjust your knob to bag. Now you can, as I mentioned before, you can adjust this to, different degrees of bagging and mulching. So that's just to demonstrate how you would attach the bag. I don't usually use it. I usually do full mulch. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of the yard, and then I'll give you some impressions at the end. Tyler likes to come out and help me with the grass. Well, there you have it, boys. That's our first time using our new Honda HRX217HZA, I think is the model. Heavens to bed, I just said it a few minutes ago. What do I think of it? Well, I'll tell you what, I like it. I got to tell you, I don't know how I've lived without it all this time. I just don't know how to act when the mower cuts right through the thick of the grass without bogging down at all. Of course, the self-propel is nice. And frankly, when you open the box and take it out and it's ready to go, I don't have anything to complain about. I have to tell you that Honda did a good job with this. So far, after its first use, all the hype, it's legit. I strongly recommend this lawnmower. I think it's a good value. So overall, thumbs up. I think it's a great mower, and there you have it. So and I'm out of breath and I'm hot, and Tyler wants to go inside because he just told me. And with that, guys, I think that's it. I'm going to wrap it up with a thumbs up, and I appreciate you stopping by. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification. You know what to do. And until we meet again, take care.